crush can make a smart adult act 16 again. One text can lift you. One silence can wreck your night. And most people never explain why that happens. Most crushes feel random, but they follow patterns. And once you see them, people make more sense. Here are 9 psychological truths adults rarely admit about crushes. First truth: your brain writes half the crush. When you know little, it fills the gaps with perfect traits. That fantasy feels beautiful because it protects you from messy reality. One good conversation, and you picture a whole future. Your brain hates missing information, so it turns hints into stories. But here's the truth: mystery can feel more romantic than reality. The less you know, the easier it is to idealize them. You protect the image instead of studying the person. That is why a small smile can feel huge. Second truth: a crush grows fastest in blank spaces. No facts means your imagination gets the loudest voice. You skip the boring parts because fantasy edits them out. Even obvious flaws can look oddly charming at first. He is late, and you call it mysterious. She seems distant, and you call it depth. Pay attention to this. Adults do this all the time. Age brings logic, but projection still slips through. A crush is not just attraction. It is attraction mixed with imagination. Third truth: uncertainty can feel stronger than compatibility. The brain loves rewards that arrive without warning, so maybe can hit harder than yes. That is why waiting feels electric. You check your phone because something might happen. Your body stays ready for a reward. But here's the truth: calm often loses to suspense at first. Peace feels quiet. Uncertainty feels intense. Many people mistake that intensity for deep chemistry, but intensity and safety are not the same thing. Fourth truth: the chase can imitate connection. You start craving relief and call that craving love. Tension makes the bond feel larger than it is. The body reads emotional effort as importance. One delayed reply can ruin your focus. One warm message can rescue your whole mood. This is where it gets interesting. That swing feels like attachment, but often it is just your nervous system gambling. A healthy bond builds steadily. A crush often spikes and drops. Fifth truth: mixed signals can be strangely addictive. Hot and cold attention keeps the brain searching for patterns. You cling harder because clarity never arrives. Confusion starts to feel personal and urgent. One day they lean close, the next day they act distant. But here's the truth: confusion is not intimacy. It is mental static dressed like romance. Your mind keeps scanning for the missing answer. That scan turns attraction into obsession. Sixth truth: unfinished stories stay in the brain longer. The mind hates open loops. So, a half flirt can stick longer than a real date. Closure ends the movie. Ambiguity keeps replaying it. You remember the almost more than the actual. You replay tone, pauses, emojis, and eye contact. Pay attention to this. Questions can outlive chemistry. That is why some crushes last for months. They are fed by doubt, not closeness. And doubt keeps the story alive. Seventh truth hides in tiny details. When you like someone, your attention becomes microscopic. You notice their laugh, rings, perfume, and favorite drink. Your memory marks those details as emotionally important. That is not random. Your brain is building a private map of them. But here's the truth. Attraction also leaks through the body. People mirror the person they secretly like. They lean in without planning to. They smile back faster. They copy words, pace, and posture. Adults try to hide feelings with logic. Their nervous system still leaves clues. That is why crushes often show up before words do. She fixes her hair when you enter the room. He points his feet toward you in a group. This is where it gets interesting. Repeated patterns matter most. 1 moment means little. 10 moments mean attention. The body usually confesses before the mouth does. You just have to notice it. 8th truth hurts the most. Rejection hits some of the same brain areas as physical pain. That is why a cold reply can feel like a punch. Your body treats social pain like a real threat. Adults feel ashamed by that reaction. They think they should be above it by now. But here's the truth. Your brain does not care about pride. It cares about belonging and emotional safety. When that feels threatened, alarm bells ring. Even if the relationship never fully started. Silence makes it worse in a different way. No new information gives fantasy more room to speak. You fill the quiet with hope, fear, and meaning. A missing person can grow bigger in your head. A present person becomes easier to read. 1 missed text starts a story. 10 missed texts make the story darker. Pay attention to this. Absence can deepen attachment. Not because the bond grew stronger, because your mind was left alone with it. 9th truth goes deeper than chemistry. Some crushes wake up old attachment wounds. They touch the part of you that still fears being left. So the feeling becomes bigger than the present moment. Maybe they seem emotionally distant. Maybe they feel weirdly familiar. But here's the truth. Familiar does not always mean safe. Sometimes it means repeated. Childhood patterns can shape who feels magnetic later. You chase what once felt normal, even if normal once hurt you. If affection felt earned, you may try to earn it again. If love felt uncertain, distance may feel exciting now. That is not weakness. It is pattern memory. You meet someone closed off and want to prove yourself. You confuse the ache with destiny. This is where it gets interesting. Healing changes attraction. As you heal, chaos stops looking romantic, and consistency starts feeling beautiful. Here is the part most adults learn too late. A crush weakens when reality gets clear. Direct answers starve fantasy. Honest behavior leaves less room for obsession. That is why action matters more than chemistry. A real connection can handle daylight. But here's the truth. Healthy attraction often feels calmer. It still excites you, but it does not consume you. You do not need detective work. You do not need constant decoding. You feel curious, not tormented. You feel seen, not trapped. Pay attention to this. Peace can feel boring at first, especially if chaos once felt romantic. Yet calm is often what genuine interest sounds like. They text back clearly. They make plans and keep them. They show up the same way twice. Clarity does not kill the right connection. It reveals whether it was real. So if your crush feels huge, do not shame yourself. Your brain, body, and old memories may all be speaking at once. The goal is not to feel less. It is to see more clearly. If this hit home, stay with me for more honest psychology, and tell me in the comments which truth felt most real.